What's up, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. We got some crazy crypto and XRP news. We got the market under $1 trillion. We got a certain stablecoin back under $1 again, and we got a crypto lender that was holding their money on the FTX exchange, as well as CEOs slamming senators for framework. And more XRP news when it comes to Amicus Briefs. Find out more. I'm going to talk about the price and we're going to get straight into it. Currently, we got Bitcoin at 16,670. Got Ethereum at 1,214. We got XRP coming in at 36 cents. But this is crazy. There's a slew of black swan events happening. Could that mean that the bottom is in? I don't know, but something is near. Regulation is here. It has to be, because as of today, Tether's stablecoin lost its peg to the dollar, dropping the levels last reached during May's implosion of Terra. And we all know that was a fiasco, and its related UST stablecoin. This is insane. A stablecoin is not supposed to lose its peg. It's supposed to be a 1-to-1 ratio of that real world's currency. If Bitcoin was 75K and XRP was 10K, and if I felt like the market was going to crash, I would move my 75K Bitcoin over to Tether. I would move my XRP over to Tether, and it's supposed to stay the same. It's not supposed to lose value. This is the second stablecoin within the year, maybe within a few months. I mean, it says May and it is now November. Within a few months, this is the second stablecoin that's lost its peg due to FTX. And something else that happened with FTX is a crypto lender known as HODLnet held 18 million of crypto on the FTX exchange in the days leading up to the exchange's withdrawal freeze. Now, this is sad because this is a domino effect. What's worse is that you have a crypto lender holding customers' funds on another exchange, and that exchange is now insolvent. So now FTX took HODLnet's customers whose funds they were holding on the FTX exchange. And now anybody that lent their crypto out to HODLnet has now lost their crypto that they held on that exchange. This is a domino effect. This is tragic. I'm sorry for the customers who've held their crypto on HODLnet, but folks, we got to be more careful, and HODLnet should know better to actually do that, because as of yesterday, no one could log in, and HODLnet actually consolidated over 95% of its assets on centralized exchanges, with 18.1 million being held on FTX, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, and stablecoins. Now, they should have learned better, because they lost over 189 million during the collapse of the Terra ecosystem. And you would think that they would learn about that, but I guess that they didn't. And this sucks. It's sad. But folks, you got to get your cryptos off the exchanges. You got to get some type of crypto hardware wallet, something that allows you to hold your private keys, because this ain't it. This ain't it. And we also have CEOs of Coinbase, Ripple, and Circle that clapped back at Senator Warren and clapped for clear policy guidance, because we have no clear guidance. You have one hand telling us to come in and talk to you, and then while we try to come in and talk to you, we get denied and we get ignored. Meanwhile, Chair Gary Gensler's meeting appointments have that he met with FTX. Was he getting paid by FTX, the customers' monies, to not get shut down? Because there's no reason why FTX should be insolvent. There's no reason. And I'm sorry for those people. This is just, I'm livid, because this should not be happening. This really should not be happening. Here's her tweet. The collapse of the largest crypto platform shows how much of the industry appears to be smoke and mirrors. We need more aggressive enforcement, and I'm going to keep pushing the government to enforce the law to protect consumers and financial stability. See, that's the problem. We don't need aggressive enforcement. We need some type of policy framework that says what you need to do. Because with the SEC versus library case, and the library token considers a security, but then after there was no framework on how to make that library token a non-security. So this in itself screams you're saying one thing, but you're doing another. So that's what I like to tell folks. Watch what they do and not what they say, because you can say everything. A person can say everything unless they put action to those words. But the two CEOs had to chime in. We have Brian Armstrong from Coinbase saying FTX was an offshore exchange not regulated by the SEC. The problem is that the SEC failed to create regulatory clarity here in the U.S., which they have. Mainly Ripple versus SEC lawsuit. So many American investors and 95% of trading activity went offshore, punishing U.S. companies for the makes no sense. And it absolutely does. And that's the whole thing where you got is never let a good crisis go to waste. And that's what she's doing. I do not like what she's doing. Her ideas are wrong. SEC keeps saying come in and talk to us while we tried to come in and talk to them, but nothing has happened. Meanwhile, Brad Garlinghouse says Brian is right. To protect consumers, we need regulatory guidance for companies that ensures the trust and transparency. There is a reason why most crypto trading is offshore. Companies have zero guidance on how to comply here in the U.S. Then John Deaton says, Senator, I've contacted your office multiple times about 75K holders, which 300 are from Massachusetts. And you and your staff have ignored us the entire time. The entire crypto space needs to come together and fight. I know that we've been doing that. Not every crypto community has been coming together, but we need to come together to fight the good fight, because this is a fight that everybody needs to unite together. Because right now, SEC is not being held accountable for their actions. They're just trying to sue by enforcement, and that's not good. Now, I do see something in between this conversation that some people probably don't see. Brian Armstrong and Brad Garlinghouse. Could this mean that XRP could finally get relisted? I don't know, but I do know that Brian Armstrong has been more positive towards Ripple lately. And could this really mean XRP coming back into Coinbase? Now, the first exchange actually did it was a Canadian exchange known as Newton Crypto. We thought it would be Coinbase, but this could be a domino effect to saying XRP is going to be relisted. And as far as the Amicus Briefs, we now have 13 Amicus Briefs coming from Chain of Digital Commerce, IREMint, TapJets, Spin the Bits, ICANN, Blockchain Association, John E. Deaton, Coinbase, CCI, Hill Capital, Cryptillion Payment System, VeriDAO, and Reaper Finance. Reaper Finance is the 13th and the newest XRP and Ripple Amicus Brief, seeking to file that in support of Ripple for summary judgment. And they have attorney Frederick Raspalo, if that makes sense, if I said that correct. And they actually talk about how they point out no marketing efforts of Ripple or its employees played any role in the voting system in which Reaper uses. So here's what it is. I don't know if you can actually see that, but they talk about the use case of XRP and how XRP was not marketed or sold like a security to them, like a security contract. And this is just one other thing to put the SEC's foot in their mouth, folks. This is absolutely insane. And here it actually is how Frederick Raspalo compares XRP and XRPL to Microsoft and its affiliate programs when arguing that common usage does not create an investment contract. Boom, it's right there. That proves to show you that the SEC and the bigger financial institutions want to stop Ripple. And the fact that David Schwartz, none other than Joel Katz, makes a tweet saying there has to be more efficient ways for me to learn about all the cool things people are doing with XRPL than reading Amicus Briefs. Folks, that tells you and that shows you that Ripple doesn't know all of these people that are using the XRPL, because the XRPL is decentralized. It is very decentralized. And if Ripple were to go away, guess what? XRP will still be going. But that is insane to me. And I keep telling folks they want to stop Ripple, because Ripple is going to be a powerhouse. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to continue to play this video until I'm blue in the face. Listen right now.
Central monopolist with another central monopolist. A lot of commercial banks aren't terribly excited about that. Maybe you're going to have to give some ownership. Maybe you'll have to give 50% of your ownership to the 20 banks that are now, part of this. I mean, there are other ways to build incentive systems. Maybe you put a native token in there, and you give the native token. So there may be other incentive ways to beat the current monopolist, but having been around commercial banks for a long time, they really are looking for ways to replace their aggregators in their back office, whether it's clearing, settlement, exchanges, credit agencies, but they're deeply understanding, because they are pretty ambitious and very good at making money as well. They deeply understand that every idea that's pitched to them is somebody who currently is small but wants to get big and gain market power. So they're also always thinking about how to ensure that there's a check to slow down your startup from gaining market power 5, 10, and 15 years from now. They don't want you to be the next clearinghouse like the Chicago Mercantile Exchange or Intercontinental Exchange. They don't want you to be the next central node of market power. So you might share some of that with them, or you might find an incentive system.
And there you have it, folks. They want the XRP escrow. That's all that is pointing to right now, because they don't want Ripple to be this amazing powerhouse. They want them to share 50% of that escrow. But like I said, regulation by enforcement is not good. And everywhere else in the entire world, XRP is not considered a security. Look at that point blank period right here. Whereas in here, us, the US, we are fighting to let them know that XRP is not a security. All right, folks, that'll do it for me. Please make sure you hit the like and the subscribe button if you made it this far, and click that notification bell so you'll be notified when I post another video. As always, stay focused, stay locked in. Peace.